Hello everyone. A very good evening to all of you and welcome back once again to free Shiksha IELTS classes. So yesterday we talked about writing task 1. We focused on the academic section of writing task 1, which was report writing. And today we are going to learn about very quickly the general training students. So this class basically today is focused on the general training part. Let me tell you very honestly, because yesterday we were focusing on the academic task 1. Today we are going to focus on general training task 1, and these people or general training candidates, they get letter writing as their task 1. So guys, if you are from academic background, definitely this class is not for you. Still, if you want to watch and gain some knowledge out of general training students, whether you're planning or whether you're actually confused which category to go for, then definitely this class is for you. But if you're fixed, if you have a clear mind that yes, I'm from the academic background, then please do not watch this video. Otherwise, it will be very confusing for all of you and you might forget your own report writing. And definitely, you do not want that. So, yes, this class is for general training students today. So, we are going to focus on the letter writing part and what kind of letters are there, what are the formal letters, what are semi-formal and informal letters, what are few tips and strategies which you can apply to these letters. So definitely all of these things will be discussed in today's class. So without any delay further, let's start with today's class, and definitely you know what to do before actually starting with my class. I definitely tell all of you to subscribe to our YouTube channel because we have lots and lots of free material out there for you on our YouTube channel, which is with the same name, Shiksha Study Abroad. And of course, please do not forget to register with us. So yes, after that piece of information, let's start with today's class. And the first slide which says is types of letters in general training task 1. So this is the types of letters. Okay, so in IELTS general writing task 1, there are 3 types of letters: formal letter, semi-formal letter, and informal letter, also known as a personal letter. Okay. Now, the IELTS General Writing Task 1 measures your ability to communicate about common practical issues. You have 20 minutes to respond to a question prompt by writing a letter to a person, company, or institution. Your response is about 30% of your writing score and is graded separately from the Task 2 essay. Now, what are the types of IELTS General Task 1? That is, identify the type of letter you are being asked to write. Okay. Formal, semi-formal, informal. Definitely, you need to identify the letter first in order to write on it. Then you need to identify the purpose of the letter. What is the purpose? So if you're getting a formal letter, the letter might request you to write, request some information from a company, or you might be required to write a letter for applying for a job, complaining to a bank, store, airline, reproduct, service, making a recommendation or suggestion. So all of this can be asked in the formal letters. If you have a semi-formal letter, you might be asked to complain to a landlord or complaining to a neighbor or even explaining to a neighbor, sorry, and of course even asking a professor for permission. So all of these kind of letters will fall under semi-formal. Then what are informal letters? In informal letters, you might be asked to invite someone you know really well, or thanking a friend, or apologizing, or even asking for advice. Okay, so all these 3 letters are very important for your IELTS writing task 1 because this is what you will be required to do in your exam, and any of the 3 can come. Now, third is open and close the letter correctly because there are separate marks for format and structure. Please be aware of that. Now, for formal, characteristics to formal letter are to someone you have not met and whose name you don't know. Of course, that is a kind of formal letter. Now, how do you actually open the letter? There is a fixed opening and fixed ending, so please do not change it according to your own means. Opening of formal letter should be Dear Sir or Madam, and it should end with Yours faithfully. Okay, these are 2 things to remember for opening and ending of a letter. Formal letter, Now, what about semi-formal? First of all, characteristics to someone you may or may not have met, whose last name you know. So these are the characteristics of semi-formal letter. And how would you open it? Dear Mr. Brown or Dear Miss Stone. This is how you actually open it. And then ending of the letter should be with always yours sincerely. So there is a slight twist and a slight general tip which I provide to my students. How can you actually remember? Definitely for opening, you have to remember dear sir or madam and dear Mr. Brown. But for ending, just to make it easy for you, F for formal and F for faithfully. So this is how you can actually relate to it and um, just make it up in your mind that okay, I can remember it like that. But yes, you can come up with your own tips and your own strategies to remember the opening and endings. But yes, this is one of mine which I provide my students. So yours faithfully, F for faithfully and F for formal. Same goes for semi formal, so S for semi formal and S for sincerely. So it becomes easy for you to remember. How would you actually close it if you by chance 1% you forget that what was the ending. Then in informal, it's very easy because you know someone really well and whose first name you know and use. That is the kind of informal letter which you might get in your paper. And dear John, dear Anita, you directly start with their names. That is the opening. And ending can be with any one of these, like best regards, warm wishes, warm regards, all of that. Okay. Now coming to the start of the letter appropriately. This is again another tip which I would like to share. So open a formal letter and semi-formal letter with a formal sentence and paragraph. So get down to business and say why you're writing. Don't try to be friendly as you do not know the person who you are writing to. So definitely that is the main motto of writing a formal letter. And I've already told you the opening and endings. These are few of the phrases which you can use here, which are mentioned. Then open an informal letter with a general friendly paragraph. So if you get an informal letter by chance in your exam, then definitely in your exam you will acknowledge your friendship first, okay, before explaining the reason of your letter. So here you do not have to get into business directly. Here you can talk and chit chat in the form of a letter by asking them how they are, or by providing some information of your family, of your friendship, or acknowledging the bond which you share. All of that you can do here because it's an informal letter and you're writing it to someone whom you know really well. So this is how you actually start your informal letter, with a friendly talk, and then you get down to business for why are you writing. Okay. And here I have given a small example, dear Susan, and then I have given the starting, the first introduction paragraph, so you can just read it when you rewatch the video again. Fifth is learn and use the standard written phrases. Of course, there are lots of phrases which you can use. I have also given in my slides, just go through them once. Spell commonly used words correctly, of course, and also do a lot of paraphrasing. Please do not repeat the words which you have used once in your paragraph. Divide your letter into paragraphs. Again, the organization skills and the structure would also be given separate marks. There is a separate marking scheme for that. So please do not ignore it. Make sure to signal the start of a new paragraph in one of the two ways. So of course, this is very crucial, guys. Just be very, very attentive here. Indenting, that means do not leave a line space between paragraphs and start writing to the little right of the left margin. Okay, that means just leave maybe a gap of a little bit, not much. And then skipping a line, if you're skipping a line, then that means leave a line space between paragraphs. And how will you start from the left? Start writing directly from the left margin. That means you do not have to leave a space. So either of the two things you have to do. If you do not follow, if you write in the wrong pattern, definitely your pants will be cut. So use clear handwriting. Of course, this is for majorly candidates who are trying to give paper based test. Of course, your handwriting means a lot there, so please do not compromise on that. And write at least 150 words. I have already told you what is the minimum word limit for task 1, that is 150 words. Please do not write below it, but yes, there is no negative marking for writing above it, so you can just plan it according to you. Include all the 3 bulleted points. So always there will be 3 bulleted points given in your question. Always include each one of them, because those will be the bullet points which will actually form your answer, and those should be there in your answer. Please do not skip any one of them. Finish in time. Of course, you want to finish your paper on time so that you get at least 1 or 2 minutes extra in the end for revising your paper. So that is again very important. Read the model letters, but don't memorize them, because if you're writing the memorized language in your writing exam, then definitely nobody can stop you from getting your bands cut. So yes, definitely do not want that. So please do not repeat the words from the questions and the answers which you have read already while practicing. Please do not write the memorized language. Just learn few good words out of them for your knowledge and for enhancing your vocabulary, but do not repeat it in your paper. Understand the scoring criteria. Of course, it's very important. It's not just important, guys, for the examiner to know how to mark you, but for you also as an IELTS candidate, you should be aware how your marking scheme is done in every paper, not just in writing, so that you plan and you prepare for your paper accordingly. Okay. Now, what are the main differences? This is just a summary and gist of what we have done right now. So, of course, you can just get back to the video again, maybe later on, and just read about it. So, these are the marking criteria. There are basically 4 parameters. First is task achievement. Of course, it is very self-explanatory whether you have achieved or whether you have given a good response to, or appropriate, rather I would say appropriate response to the task. Coherence and cohesion, if you know the meaning of the words, definitely it'll be easy for you to know what are these two things which we are talking about. Coherence mainly is the basic logical consistency of your task. That means how rational or how logical you are in your ideas and points. Whereas cohesion is basically the flow of ideas or your organization skills. How well are you writing? How many paragraphs are you writing? Whether you're giving an introduction or whether you're giving a friendly talk in informal letter, whether you're coming directly to business in the formal and semi-formal letter. So all of these things will be counted, even the opening and endings, the structure, format, everything. So this all comes under your cohesion and coherence. This is one of the marking scheme parameter. Next marking scheme criteria is lexical resource. Yes, you are also marked and you are also given bands on the basis of the words and phrases which you use. So lexical resource is basically your vocabulary, the correct usage of words. Grammatical range and accuracy, that is your grammar and certain simple and complex sentences. So definitely all of these things should be very well written. If you're just writing simple sentences, you will get simple bands. If you're giving a mixture of simple, compound, and uh, you know complex sentences, of course, then you will get a better band. So it's better to use a mixture kind of sentences. 14th is practice writing letters regularly and get them checked by an IELTS trainer. So if you have someone at your home who can check your English grammatical skills according to the IELTS policies, then definitely nothing better than that. But if you do not have anyone to correct and teach you, I would suggest please hire someone as an IELTS trainer and go to them for tuitions and get your writings and speakings checked from them. So these are few of the vocabulary phrases and words which you can actually use in your letters, especially for apologizing, for asking for help, for asking for information. So for every category, I have given few words. So please go through them one by one. And these are the sample questions of the letters. How would the letters particularly look like? This is example or sample question for formal letter. This is for semi-formal and this is for informal. So guys, that was all from my side. I'm sure if you have any doubt, you will come back to me here and you will comment it down on the comment section without any hesitation. Please do that because we get back to our candidates very soon and we do not leave them unanswered. So yes, please do not forget to subscribe and register with us. So Aryan is here. Hi Aryan. Hello ma'am. I haven't joined today because today is not my day. So yes, no problem at all. This I said in the beginning of the class as well, that if you are not a general training student, please do not join the class because otherwise it will just be confusing for you. So tomorrow we are going to talk about the writing section, task 2, that is your essay writing. So essay writing is for both the categories, academic and general training. Both the kinds of candidates, they get the essay writing in their writing task 2. So yes, tomorrow everybody can join, be it from academic or be it from general training. So I'll see you tomorrow with a fresh new topic, with essay writing topic in fact. at the same time, 5 to 6 p.m. So till then, guys, have a great day ahead, whatever day is left for you. And of course, I shall see you tomorrow. Bye bye and good